Okay. Good morning. Get some of this shit out of the way. So put this to live chat. Let's put away some other shit. And clear off some space. Hey, Nick. Good morning. How are you? How's your yesterday? 14. Oh, fuck. Was the sales schmuck with you or not? Hey, Joe. Good morning. Shar MS06. All right, Shar MS06. I apologize if names have changed around here. Good morning. Fuck no, I had some words for a few people. I'm sure you did. And was anybody understanding, or are they just being dicks? Oh, hey, Jonah. Yeah, sorry, Jonah. It's going to take me a little bit of time because they just changed. If you take a look at all the names, you two did something about 6 weeks ago, and it's been kind of crazy. Anyway, hope all is well, Jonah. Peter, good morning. Yeah, right. I mean, what the sales guy understood. Really? He's like, I don't see the problem. What's the problem here? Dick. Did a little bit of hand brushing last night. The hoses are now, I mean, it took a couple layers, and this one still needs some more. Took a couple layers of not NATO black, of tire black. Good call by Ray. Nick Joe. Hey, Peter. Everyone but the sales dick. Sales guys, don't trust them as far as you can throw them. Yes, I know what I just said. Anyway, I'm going to go get the space for this. Running out of flat spaces to put shit down on. There we go. I could throw you pretty far. Probably. All right, guys, I'm just going to go wet my palate. I'll be right back. This is a very simple box for doing this, but it works extremely well. I mean, I don't know how much water you're supposed to put in this thing, but right now this thing's going to be pretty soaked. I put in, so this box basically, it's a wet pallet box. This one little sliver here, and I can't tip it because I've now got water in here. One little section here you fill up with water. It absorbs into the sponge because you got these two knocked outs. And then the pallet gets moistened. I'm going to move that out of the way. Since Peter wasn't here, I might show the body of this thing. You can see the revelation of my juke joint Jezebel. missed it. I know he did. That's why I'm showing it to him. I think he was here. I don't even know who's on right now. Hopefully Peter's still on. I'm seeing 2 people listed as being on. I did paint the red nipple right there yesterday for the pipe receptacle. Not bad. Still makes me think of Thundercats. I'm good with that. As long as cat is in the word, I'm okay with that. You have to go, watch the last episode. Yeah, I think that would be good. Yeah, Peter, I'm gonna bounce you until you watch the previous episode. All right. Let's get this wet palette situated here. Like summoning your team with a laser pointer. Got a little bit on the sponge. In fact, I'm gonna lift this paper up. This morning I was making the usual. I make coffee for myself. When my wife's here, I make tea for her. When my daughter's here, I make tea for her, but it's a different tea. I'm forced to watch the red nipple episode. That's right. No, you can't watch that because that was not recorded. Anything to do with nipples, you don't get to see. Yeah. So I painted. Let me just show you. Okay, I'm assuming that's what those little end pieces right there. Remember, I painted those yesterday. Those are the red nipples. Well, I also painted the receptacle one right there. On the other cable, it actually stuck onto the pipes, onto the coil. And it's like, I'm not going to mess with that. So I painted that one instead. Let me see where that is. Yeah, right here. So, and when it gets inserted, it'll be seen as a nipple. He uses a laser pointer to summon the others. Does he really? I know very little about Thundercats. I think I may have watched an episode, maybe. I could be wrong. The red nipple kind of sounds like every episode of Peter, next summer, I'm going to be talking about every fucking episode, every stage of the tour. I guess I missed that name. The nipple. I just called it a nipple this morning. I don't know what else would it be. Isn't in pipe fitting? Isn't a nipple something that receives something? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've got it all wrong. Maybe that's like the word nipple. I don't know. Anyway, so I was making coffee and tea this morning. I was jamming out on some tunes. Had a good work day yesterday. I spent some time with my wife last night and my daughter. I even came downstairs and did a little nipple painting. Nipple or gland. I've heard both. I've never heard. Have I heard gland? I don't think I've ever heard gland. Maybe. But then again, you Euros do things differently than us Americans. Anyway, happy Saturday. Nick, I'm very happy that your Friday is now behind you, and hopefully you have a nice restful weekend. Certainly sounds like you've earned it. That would be a coupling. Nipple is short. That would be a coupling. A nipple is a short threaded piece of pipe. What about a long threaded piece of pipe? What would that be? You're gonna probably say something like a pipe. Yeah, I know what you mean. A nipple is basically just joins to, yeah. In fact, now I'm thinking back to, we do projector mounts, and that's exactly what that is. The nipple is basically that short pipe between the ceiling interface and the projector interface. That word nipple as much since the Ren and Stimpy episode. It's those nipples. This is his favorite episode because the horse is introduced. I love that. Early Ren and Stimpy episodes were absolutely fabulous. A threaded pipe. Fine. Fine, be that way. You get all technical there on me, Nick. Just looking for getting that moisture into the sponge. And then once this thing is, I'm starting to feel it's getting colder. Once it's in, then I'll lay down the paper and we'll start doing some hand brushing. There it goes. Yeah, us Europeans. Sensibility being convicted of crimes to prison. Yeah, we used to do things like that here. I don't know what happened. I had to play Clue with Nick. I know. If the coupling is welded to something, it has a different name. Okay, so what would that be? And before I forget, hey Peter, question for you. How you've been back home now? What, a month? How are things with your wife? How are things with you? No, as obviously my wife and I are in a similar situation. We see each other a lot more regularly than you and your wife do. It sounds like you're on a 6-month tour. They're here, there, the other there. I'm hoping all is well. Hey, Mike, good morning. I watched Mike's recent episodes on one on Baycon and car modeling. I don't know why Mike focuses so much on car modeling. It's a little much, Mike. I think you need to broaden your perspectives a little bit. I think I'm in a punchy place today. I'm sorry. It's a threadolay or a weldelay. I'm assuming, or weldolet. Do you pronounce it the French way, olé, or the American way, olet? Depending on how the nipple is attached. Let. That could still be lay. Always open to feedback. No, Mike, honestly, the feedback, no. The feedback was, first of all, I've asked Rue. So Mike did an interview with about 5 people at Baycon, different car modelers, to talk about their projects, and did a really nice job. I wish there was a little bit, Mike. The only thing I wish there was a little bit more, particularly from people like Linda and her Beetle. But I liked the backstory to it. But one of the people he interviewed was Rue Crummett, who is one of our members. And Rue is generally like, he does not like public speaking. He does not like getting in front of people and talking. So that Mike actually got him to do that was fabulous, which means I can now continue to try to push him. And Linda does as well, to try to get him to speak at our monthly meetings. There we go. We're close enough to being, at least one side of this thing is wet enough now. I'm doing pretty good. Sorry, guys. Let. Kind of figured as such. Well, that could be lay. We're as well as can be. We talk daily on video chat, and it is a short stint only as it. Oh, you're going back in 6 weeks. Oh, that's good. Very happy to hear that. Very happy to hear that. All right, we're going to lay this stuff down. I'll actually turn this thing around. There we go. I'll just use the other side of this thing. There we are. This paint must have, there's got to be some kind of rubberiness to it. This paint tends to have a lot more tendency to have a like some kind of stringiness like that, which is fine because I'm guessing that's part of what you want since this stuff is supposed to be fairly flexible. That was a lot of fun and plan to do more with improvements. Yeah, Mike, great job. Guys, I do recommend. Mike also did a video right before that. So go check out Mike's Mod and Customs. He did a video on the benefits of shows, and I think Mike was spot on. Absolutely spot on. You know, why do you go to shows? You know, and I appreciate that it's like, yeah, competition, yeah, maybe, but vendors, and more importantly, as Mike called it out quite often, camaraderie. I agree completely. And the example that Mike used specifically, how meeting up with people at a show benefited some model work that he's doing, really good. Right. Oops. Just look up Mike's mods and customs. Yeah, his own YouTube channel, primarily talking about things like cars, which again, I'm busting on him because I think he does some really nice stuff. Okay, we're gonna mix up these paints. We're gonna use a little bit of sky gray and a little bit of NATO black to lighten and darken that gray, and then I'm gonna wet the piss out of it in order to thin it out significantly to make it into a glaze. Mike does great car work. Yes, he does. I can't tell you where those are. It's on the top shelf behind me that's giving it away. It's giving one away. I don't even know. What do you see? To follow up on that meeting, I am now enjoying the build again on that kit. That's good. Over the other shoulder. That one? The only thing that's there is, I don't know, AV stuff, a lot of storage stuff for my kids, a couple of models, bunch of paper towels. I'm going to find a Georgia Priest kit. You can find it. I don't think I'll ever build it, but you can find it. That's interesting. Okay, it's just the bottle. I do have a sort of a couple, like a shelf full of books that are specific to modeling. But the ones with the interesting articles, who needs those anymore when you've got the internet? I gotta tell you, speaking of Priuses, that whatever the newer model of the Prius is, it's a really nice looking car. I'm gonna say it's a nice looking car. This we don't need because these are drip bottles. friends. This looks like I might need to go to a black. See if this is dark enough. Yeah, this is dark enough. Okay. Just going to create some shadowing. I mean, I could probably see if I can find my, what do they call it? Null oil. But I'll just do my own. It was the large storage of paper towels. I have faith you outgrew the sock. Peter, you so fit into this group. It's amazing. You know, out of nowhere comes in Peter. And it's like he's been on here since like day one. All right. So a little bit of experimentation. I got the one. And I'm going to work on this area here. What we're going to do is, so all of this ripply area here, all I'm going to do is literally add, I mean, I could do this with oil, but I'm going to do it in one of two ways. The first is I'm going to just thin the piss out of some of this paint and do a, like a glaze, just to go in there and get something into those recesses. I need glasses. We have a relatively small house here, Peter. Actually, I'm going to go in there and also darken this area up here, creating some shadows. I think we might need to thin this out just a little bit more. Let's see how it goes. The only thing is that it's a little too wet. That's not bad. I'm going right with a straight NATO black, as opposed to, first I thought I'd use some of the there we go. First I thought I'd just use some of the mixing it with the other paint, but I don't think I need to do that. We have one more show in a couple of weeks, 23rd, the automotive show. I already have 2 builders lined up for an interview. The Fulton Skill yeah. Where is Fulton located? What is over 30 small houses, free to measurements. Remember that I'm used to oh, I know. Yeah, it's funny, Peter. You know, it's funny, not funny. So a lot of our clients, yeah, their house, like the one I was down in on Cape Cod yesterday, that home is I don't know, 3,000 square feet plus, you know, and what they paid for that house, shit. Oops. Location, location, location. Right. You know, we live in a 1,600 square foot house with half finished basement, which is in some ways a little small for all of us, but at the same time, you know, when the kids move out, do I really need anything else? And I think the answer is not really. I need another brush. just to start washing some of this stuff away. There we go. All I'm doing, like I said, just creating some shadows. Northeast of Syracuse, got it. Nice. That chip? God, I hope no. Didn't think so. Looks like my wife might be up. I could do this with oils. That would probably end up being easier. But I've always wanted to try this with water-based acrylics. Let's see. I need a bigger house, but don't want another mortgage. Yeah, I have 1,500 square feet. I know when the kids move out, I will have tons of space. Yeah, tons of space for anything, Joe, right? I could have 300 plus backlog. Then a rule, hopefully be in attendance. Yeah, that's cool. I love that that's kind of like the thing that they do. That's the thing that they do. So I was talking about Rue recently, just a couple minutes ago, and his wife is Linda, and they're both scale modelers, and they're both really, really good. She won a gold at Baycon last weekend, as did Rue for his motorcycles. Oh, hey, Mike, one criticism I will make. I before E, except after C. Received is RECIVED. RECEIVED. Little misspelling. That's the only criticism. Cremage Bram is 800 50 square feet, and that is huge. Is it really? Wow. Did anyone else? Anyone else's insurance go up? Which insurance are we talking about, Joe? Homeowners or what? Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend it a little bit with this gray. Here. Let's see how that came out. Yeah, it's more like the original color. That's all right. That's actually pretty okay. Okay. So we got that done. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish off the other side. Then I'm going to come back and do the highlight color, the raised surface color. Health insurance, not yet, but it is planning on going up. Joe, please tell me you're not one of those people who just got smashed with like the 2, 3, 4, 5 times increase. Spelling was never a strong point. I live for autocorrect. I hear you, Mike. What guttural tones will voice to text pick up? That's what I use, Mike. Guttural tones. Okay, let's do the other side. There should be. And the benefit of getting all this done is then I can actually put all of this together, get the foot attached, and the foot is done. Meaning that when it comes time to just like gloss coating it, we're ready to move into the next phase of gloss coating and decaling. Looking for the trough here. There it should be. That's where I'm not really good at like acrylic wet blending, but you only get good at something when you try it. Isn't that correct? If you don't try, you don't get. Need a little bit more black. It's a lot more black. That's too much black. Give me a second here, guys. This is something new to me, so I apologize if I'm going to be kind of like bopping out here. A company switching to Cigna and the raise jump maybe $30. Check bi-weekly, but still, full family plan is $1,000 per month. Ugh. George, there are more words where E is. Yes, that is true. But when there is a C involved, and that's what I was getting at. I apologize, Mr. Linguist. Oops, paint dried. Okay, we're almost there. Give me a second here, guys. I'm just doing a little bit of cleanup here. All right, I think that's good enough. We're gonna go to the other side. We're gonna do now the highlight color. We'll go from there. Business process specialist responsible for manufacturing documentation. Can you really blame? Nah, I guess not. When you do something professionally, I guess you're right. Yeah, Joe, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. But at the same time, is anybody really not? Is anybody surprised? Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for. I've been asking my boss. It's like, so are we going to get hit with anything? She goes, I don't know. We're not going to know until February. It's like, well, I'd like to know sooner than February. Hey, Chris. Good morning. I got yours. Got yours and responded back. Take your time, as I'll be here unless I get hit by some nail while riding my bike. Don't even joke about it. Anyway, good morning, Chris. Yeah, I'm not liking that. No, really not liking that. That is too damn heavy. I'm going to get rushing from this group every day and twice as much on Sundays as I am a novice. Aren't we all? In all, I mean, is anybody really an expert here? God knows I'm not. In fact, I'm really not liking this highlighting I'm doing right now. It's fucking wet blended out. Excuse me. And this is why I'm not kidding anybody. Why I want somebody to run a figure painting session at PatCon, because they'll be able to talk about things like wet blending with acrylics, highlighting with acrylics. What's going on here is crazy. The road infrastructure is not keeping on. Go figure. Yeah. Expert at procrastination. Well, I guess we're all kind of guilty of that. Gonna do. What the hell is Let me just try this. See if this actually helps. Looking at your posture, I've decided that I'm getting a sit-stand desk as foundation for my next one. I get upgraded. Yeah. Oh boy, cyclocross this morning. Oh, cyclocross, nice. When the time comes and I can actually afford something like that, I'm going to do the same thing. I would love to have a standing desk here. I know I'm kind of always hunched over like this. Part of it is also because of the way this camera thing is set up. At some point, this will all get corrected or updated. Maybe that's the better way of putting it. For stability, that means a lot of hunching over. I'm a tall guy. You're a tall boy. Oh yeah, yeah. You're a tall boy. Okay. Yep. Bottom's clear. All right. We're going to experiment. I'm trying to think if I've ever used null oil or not. I think I may have at one point. I could be wrong. I'm not sure if Mike is still on, but if he is, Mike, I know that Kim has done figure painting. Has she used null oil before? All right, let's see how this works. We're going to break out this upper section. So far, it isn't any different than what I just did. I'm not sure she has. Then again, I've never seen her paint. Really? I thought she did some painting like a few years back when you guys were still out here, like more hand painting of like canvases or something. Maybe I'm wrong. It's 5'5". So you stand out by a significant amount. Oh, look at the euro. So many miniature painters out there. Alex, 52 miniatures, and Guy, miniature painters are acrylics guys. Yeah. Well, so is we got one of those up here. Um, her name is Kelsey, and she lives in Vermont, and she's a professional. I mean, there's just no every time she comes to a show, I mean, it's like her models just stand out head and shoulders. I don't think anybody who's seen her work would not disagree. I know, like Grace Evergreen, Glenn Barlow, who had a channel. Really, she has in the past and currently has a collection to paint, but just doesn't make the time. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, she will. Well, Mike, you know who Kelsey is, right? Because I think you met her at GraniteCon last year, and she's obviously been to our shows. Kelsey is I don't know. Anytime she shows up, everything stops. She's good. This actually is working out pretty okay. I might just keep this. It's working out better than the other stuff was. So let's hit some of this area up here again. Okay, there we go. That'll do. That will do. Let's get some more of this done. Has used scale war machines that has a tutorial on oils and watercolors and if I go there, that's what I'll use. Yeah. I like using oils, but I wanted to try doing more stuff with acrylics as well, just to broaden what I do. Try different tools. Generally speaking, I absolutely prefer oils because you got so much ability to blend stuff in. But when you see a bunch of very talented people using just acrylics, you have to wonder, okay, what am I missing? And so far, I'm seeing what this is doing and I'm liking it. As it dries, that's the thing about this stuff that I guess I forgot. As this stuff starts to dry, I might get a bit too much. It lightens up and it tends to settle into recessed areas. I don't even think I'm supposed to be just kind of painting it in. I think theoretically just drop it in and it works its own magic because it just kind of settles into areas. But okay, leave that there, let it dry, see what happens. Whew. Hey, Ken. Good morning. What's going on, brother? Shout out to the person who turned me on to Tubi, to Kurosawa's movie Ron. Thanks. I think that was probably Ray. What are you missing? Talent and 100,000 hours of training. Yeah. What's the model supposed to be? It's you become expert at something at 20,000 hours. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You're 100% right, Peter. Citadel and their really shitty little bottles. I like that you can dispense off it, but man, they're not fun to work with. Hey, Peter. I think is it 10 or 20? I thought it was 20. Ken might be able to answer this. Depends on the subject matter. What was the in Outliers? What was the amount? Was it 10 or 20,000 hours? I thought it was 20. I could be wrong. 10K. Okay. Fine. Be that way. I'm wrong. Call me a loser. Gladwell said 10,000. Okay. I'm wrong. Fine. And Peter, thank you so much. Euro Peter, thank you so much for doing that. I'm still in the low hundreds. Yeah. But there's also some innate talent in there. All right, that's done. Which one did I just do? Was it this one? I can't remember which one I just did. It was this one that I just did. Yeah, it's coming out pretty okay. So we're going to hit this one up now with null oil. In that case, 20,000, 10,000 would suffice. Yeah. I guess when you're dealing with the difference between 10 and 20,000 hours, there's not a lot there, right? I mean, honestly, by that point, you're pretty damn good at what you do. How many hours? 10,000. I have to do the math. 10,000 divided by 24. How many days would that be? And then you divide that and just keep going to months and years. Okay. Whew. Hey, bored. I'm looking at a new hobby before I ever get close to putting the real time in, unfortunately. Yeah, sometimes do the same thing myself. Just move on to something else, a new technique. But at the same time, I would say that there are probably some techniques that we do that are kind of part of our stable. Work on acting like an adult. I've already logged dozens of hours. Nice. 416.6. Thank you for pulling out the calculator. I still have the 130 to me. Kids featuring the 147 Ronin folklore. And some hard to find 130 Shima Cigar and their flintlock rifles. Oh, that's interesting. 135th scale Tamiya. I've got Aoshima did a bunch of those too, which I've got, and I actually want to get one of those going at some point when I feel a little bit more comfortable with doing figure painting. I'm not going to be a figure painter per se, but I'd like to get better at it. Let's see what happens when that dries a little bit. I think I got this area. Too much. All right. Those are done. Start working on the other side now. You're on that, Peter. Look at the squirrel, and I'm on to the next thing. Yep. 8 hours, 260 weekdays in a year, 4.8 years. Sorry, 10,000 hours. Yeah. So another great day and keep it stick on the ice. Joe, take it easy, brother. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, I hope. That one I don't need. This one will work on. So I'm trying to see all the crevasses here. So guys, give me a second here. I just want to get this one done. Well, we'll see what that looks like when it dries. Later, Joe. Later, Joe. Oh, man. Then we got 7:18. Would like to get all of this done. Like to get all of what I'm working on right now done by before I have to bail today, which I'll be bailing at 8 o'clock. So this is what I'm working on today. Excuse me. So anybody got anything special planned for the weekend? Hey, Richie, good morning. I slept late. That's okay. Sounded like you had a long couple of weeks, so makes total sense, brother. What's going on, Richie? Has the weekend of love begun? Has it begun? It has begun. Yes, happy anniversary. Thank you. Appreciate it very much. Oh, my wife has to work today. She's going to Concord, Mass to go do some kind of a school event. I'll be doing a little bit of yard work, barring what the weather decides to do. Anyway, that's what we got here. Back. Had to put the kid back to sleep. Oh, everything okay? Which one? Younger or older? Did you get married on a Sunday? Greek test. No. No, we did not. We got married on a Saturday. Saturday. I'm just laying in bed. Can't go to DD. They are renovating, so they're closed. I'm pissed. Hold it a second. There's got to be another one around, though, Richie. I'm sure it's a bit of a haul, but I mean, there's like a Dunkin' Donuts everywhere. I'm going to grind off the top 5 millimeters of flooring in the basement storage room. Does that count as something special? It counts like something. Sounds like you got something going on. What do you mean you grind 5 millimeters of flooring? Well, she didn't want mommy who was in bed with her already. She wanted dad. Oh boy. Mom was probably like, oh, thank God. Yeah, but I'm walking 30 minutes. Fuck that. I'm tired. Well, there's always was it Uber Eats or whatever delivery service. Ugh, fucking hate using those things, but every now and then they have their uses. It's working out all right. Like I said, at some point I want to hang out with a figure painter, particularly a wargaming one, to tell me about what I'm doing, what I can do better here. Post next month, I say goodbye to the last of my 30s. I hit 4-0. Enjoy it, Richie. Richie, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell anybody all, this. Like I said, I just turned 60 last month, right? Yeah, just over a month ago. And, the pain, the discomfort, the stuff that kind of happens as you get older, it kind of sucks. I don't mind it. Every stage of life, it's been good. Not going to lie. There's some that are better than others. I'm not going to lie. Okay. I think that'll do. I do wish I had a lighter contrast color. Then I would be dropping that in here. But this is actually coming out pretty okay. More than content with how this is coming out. There we go. More than content. Sometimes when it starts to dry up a little bit. You don't have to walk, Richie. You could also run. Nice. Nope, not running. Yeah. My wife and I have always, she certainly always said, it's like, Bear could be chasing me. I'm not running. I got a couple feet next to my shed so I could level it up and put gravel down. Nice. First of all, Ray, what's going on, brother? Welcome. You're only 60? You sure? I feel older, but yeah, I'm 60. Just turned 60. 1965, baby. Like I turned 20. Then fast forward to 40. Yeah. Oh, Richie, it goes like a bullet. Oh, yeah. That you got to get used to. Are you laughing at me, Peter? Are you laughing? Do I amuse you? Did I say something funny? Let's go just pile it up for now. Set it aside here for the moment. Do I amuse you? I mean, you didn't spend a decade or two in a coma or something. I did not, which I'm fortunate for. Oh. Honey, I'm going to have breakfast with my wife. I'm going to put this away. Since it is our day, I'm going to do exactly that. Guys, we're calling it done, daddy, done for today. But I will be back on again tomorrow. Yeah, George, we're all gonna laugh at you with our shades on. Nice. All right, my friends. Thank you for being on this morning. I do appreciate it. Go out there and do good. Brighten the world as much as you can. And, of course, stay safe and stay sane. All right? It's I make you smile, so it's worth the effort. Exactly. And this is what this is all about, right, Peter? It's about us trying to at least try to amuse ourselves as much as we possibly can. Continue this out in the real world. Go out there and make somebody else's day. Just brighten it as much as you can. Show kindness, respect, dignity, and love for other people. All right. I'll be back on tomorrow, same time, same channel. Enjoy the day, guys. Do good. Peace.